Across Dragon Ball, we've witnessed the many ways that an energy blast can be dealt with, from deflection to absorption and etc. But in this video, we're going to focus specifically on how to repel an energy blast using Kiai based techniques and a whole lot more, so
stay tuned.
Firstly, if you aren't familiar with the Kiai, then make sure you go back and check out part 1 in this 7-part series on the Kiai. It's basically a method of raising your own ki by letting out a great yell. Fighters often then combine this yell to power up an attack or use a technique to defend themselves in unique ways. In this video we're looking at the defensive Kiai based techniques. So the first technique we're covering was used by Tien. The Daizenshuu 7 Special Attack Dictionary lists it under the Kamehameha section, and it's called the Kamehameha deflection. When Tien was faced with Yamcha's Kamehameha, he was able to judge the timing of the wave's approach and fire a Kiai to deflect the wave back at Yamcha. To perform it, Tien used a series of hand movements to aid controlling the incoming wave, then he raised his ki by letting out a Kiai, the Great Yell, and finally expelled this ki towards the wave, creating a force equal to the Kamehameha, sending it back towards Yamcha. This is an amazing defensive technique that is definitely underrated, but in reality, it's only useful if you're at least the opponent's power level, because you must be able to calculate the wave's approach and gather enough ki to equal the force of the wave. If your opponent is stronger than you, this will be difficult as the wave's speed and power may be faster than you can judge and equal with your own ki. Another variant to this Kiai based deflection technique is used by Majin Buu and Beerus. This technique is basically the defensive version of the offensive mouth blast used by Raccoon, which was covered in part 2. The user judges the approach of an incoming energy wave and calculates the angle and power needed to deflect it back. The user then breathes deeply and mixes their breath with ki and propels it towards the wave. Upon impact, it deflects the wave straight back at the opponent or in another direction. Evil Buu used this technique to deflect Majin Buu's Transfiguration Beam, and Beerus used it to deflect Seedra's Energy of Destruction away from Goku. Both of these fighters display mastery of the Kiai, as they were able to perform it silently without letting out the Great Yell. The second technique we're looking at was also used by Tien, and in another instance Goku. Daizenshuu 7 Special Attack Dictionary lists it under the Kiai section, and it's called the Kiai Extinguisher. It's a ki manipulation technique where you extinguish a ki manipulation type attack merely by firing a Kiai. By extinguish, it literally means to cancel out ki. At the 23rd Tenkaichi Budokai, Tien instantly extinguished Tao Pai Pai's Super Dodon Pa using this technique. If we slow down the footage, we see Tien Kiai Eyes by letting out a great yell, causing the Dodon Pa to literally shatter into millions of fragments of no effect. Therefore the attack was cancelled out by Tien's superior Kiai. In similar fashion, Goku used this same Kiai technique to cancel out Nappa's blast in the Saiyan Saga. The only difference was he raised his arms up as he Kiais and exploded the blast in front of himself. Overall, I'm glad that Tien still has this technique, as it keeps his awesome abilities still relevant in our minds despite his strength not keeping up at all with the other fighters in Dragon Ball Super. The third technique we're covering was used by only Goku, and the Daizenshuu 7 Special Attack Dictionary lists it under Jace and Berta's Purple Comet Crash heading. It states Goku defended against their attack with a Kiai barrier. This occurred just after Goku used the Kiai Aura Blast to knock back Jace and Berta, which we covered in part 1 of this series. Rather than attack, the Kiai barrier allowed Goku to surround himself with an invisible barrier which deflected all the blasts away from him. The Kiai raised his ki rapidly for the moments of defending himself. Goku Kiais, letting out a great yell, raising his own ki, and then surrounds himself with the invisible barrier. Although the Kiai barrier was never in the manga, the animation staff didn't make any mistakes here in drawing an invisible barrier, as Kiai based techniques are often not visibly seen. The final technique of this video is a Kiai based attack, but due to its nature, I couldn't group it with the attacks mentioned in parts 1 and 2. Once again, the Daizenshuu 7 Special Attack Dictionary lists it under the Kiai section, and it's called the Kiai Eyes technique. It's described as a key manipulation technique where you blow away your opponent by glaring at them sharply. Wow! How cool is that? Away with you!
I am a freaking genius.
Anyways, since it's Kiai based, it's an invisible attack that's capable of taking the opponent by surprise, and it has the potential to propel the opponent for miles, even further than the Kiai Aura Blast and the Kiai Cannon from part 1. Shin, the Universe 7 Supreme Kai, used this technique against Majin Buu, where he silently Kiais, then sharply glares at Majin Buu. After being hit with this technique, Majin Buu instantly mastered it and unleashed it back at Shin in a more powerful version. In addition, the Kiai Eyes technique can not only blow someone back, but it can also destroy a huge energy ball. Shin used it to save Gohan from Majin Buu's attack, exploding it before Gohan will be killed by continually being touched by the attack. This instance demonstrates that the Kiai Eyes attack can be effective even over long distances away and not limited to short range. If the user's skills are honed, they can send the invisible bundle of ki accurately to home in on a moving target miles away. How OP is that, guys? In another instance of this technique, we saw Goku blow a hole in the ground for Vegeta's grave. He was able to shoot an invisible bundle of ki from his eyes whilst letting out a sharp yell. This however showed Goku hadn't mastered the Kiai yet, as it wasn't until he became a Super Saiyan that he could use the Kiai Cannon with a silent Kiai without the need of using his own voice. In the next video in this series, we'll be looking at how the Kiai can be used to break through into other dimensions, which is really amazing. So look out for that video, and also definitely let me know your thoughts on the defensive Kiai techniques in the comment section below. And also, if you missed it, check out this video up here, which is part 2 of our Kiai series of videos. So definitely go check out that video as well, guys. Thanks guys for watching, and if you enjoyed it, please Kaioshin that like button and subscribe to expand your knowledge of Dragon Ball and get coverage of Super. So I'll see you in the next video, but until then, I challenge you to watch the following videos of mine. Alright? Cheers guys. Kai Kai.